weeks after lockdown restrictions were lifted and concerns were raised by the Mayor of London about there being a spike in violent crime. Our reporter Paul Murphy-Kasp has been on patrol with the Metropolitan Police Violent Crime Task Force. He observed them at work, dealing with a range of incidents and arrests.
MP, you ready for the VRM?
Yes, go ahead.
On patrol with Operation Surge, an intelligence-led policing effort that pulls on resources from different parts of the Met.
You have officers from the TSG, you have officers from the traffic unit, you get the scorpion unit, you get the dog handlers as well, and literally we go to the problem areas.
I'm out with Sergeants Ikram and Oladimeji, and it's not long before we join officers who stopped a man smoking a cannabis joint. But there's more to it.
On seeing officers, he's discarded the cannabis joint. He's been detained for a search under Section 23 of the Misuse of Drugs Act for drugs, which was negative. They conducted a name check on him, which was showing he's Whiskey Mike for harassment offences, so he's been arrested.
Officers had concerns the man could be concealing a weapon, so they waited for backup. The man was taken into custody, but then later released without charge. Soon after, we hear reports over the radio of a man with a gun near Old Street. Armed response soon find the man, but he tells officers that he's dumped the gun in a nearby bin. It's soon found, but they're unsure whether it poses a threat.
There's no point in handling the weapon and causing more damage to ourselves or members of the public, so we'll get the trained officers to come down here to make sure it's safe before it's packaged.
The man was arrested for possession of a firearm with intent to endanger life. He was later released on bail while officers investigate further. Moments later, in a nearby street, we come across another person of interest. But what started out as a routine search soon escalated.
Guys,
20th of July, registered keeper for that one.
I ain't done nothing wrong! I ain't done nothing wrong! MP, I ain't done nothing wrong!
And it wasn't long before members of the public began filming and getting involved, something that's becoming more common.
With lockdown coming to an end, there's an increase in the number of people out and about. It's a lot more harder for us to go about our business without being interfered with. Just by the previous stop where the mayor was arrested, instantly we were surrounded by members of the public, lots of people filming, wanting to get involved. But post-lockdown, we used to deal with similar incidents. There were not many people out and about to actually interfere with officers, but now it's another factor we've got to bear in mind.
The man was arrested for assaulting an emergency worker, possession of cannabis and failure to provide a roadside drug test. He was later released under investigation. The fight against violent crime in London puts a lot of pressure on officers like Sergeants Ikram and Oladimeji, but to them, it's just another day trying to keep Londoners safe. Paul Murphy-Kasp, BBC London.